And we're live. Welcome to the first episode of Worldwide Wednesday, an original podcast. My name is Shiny,
All right, and I'm Sovereign.
and today is our pilot episode. It'll be the first episode of hopefully many that we plan to produce. The podcast is going to be about many different things like video games, TV shows, anime, and politics. So there should be a little bit of everything for everyone. Sovereign, do you want to tell us what today's topics are?
So we're going through a lot of stuff today. So first up on the docket, the newest Smash character that just got revealed to us over this week. We also have a full in-depth look at the newest What If episode and this season as a whole. What other things we've got to talk about is two particular corrupt politicians that have been very prominent in the news for the past few months and have come to a head this week, and also the release of the Pandora Papers and the implications that has.
So sit down, get something to drink, because we're going to just get right into it, starting with Smash. So yesterday was the final Nintendo Direct for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and they revealed as the final character for DLC Pack 11, it's Sora from Kingdom Hearts. What do you think about that?
Going into it, I was actually not hoping it was going to be Sora, but seeing how they implemented his traits into Smash as a whole, I think a lot of people are going to be happy.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I didn't really have many expectations going into it. I kind of just told myself, well, whatever happens, happens. And I was genuinely surprised when they put Sora in the game. I mean, for me personally, I thought Disney would never agree to this. I mean, it's Disney. Disney, the most stingy, corrupt company on the face of the earth, let Sora into Smash Brothers.
Hey. We have to talk good about Disney in about 15 minutes here. Let's not get too carried away.
Okay, fine. We'll save that for later. Anyways, but overall, I was really satisfied. I think the production of the direct overall just gave a sense of finality to not just the DLC, but I think to Smash as a whole for the next couple years, because just everything about it just gave a sense that this was like the biggest thing for Smash up to this point, and maybe for the foreseeable future. I mean, it just felt like one giant goodbye
Now,
with a great character.
now, the real thing that's buzzing in, I'm sure, a lot of people's mind is how long of a vacation is Sakurai going to get? And is he even going to make a next project?
Um, if anything, he definitely deserves a long vacation. The man has been working himself for, I don't know, since like 2014. No, not 2014. I would say around 2016, probably when Ultimate went into pre-development or something along those lines. He definitely needs a long break. And if anything, I think his next project will probably be another Kid Icarus title or maybe something new entirely. I don't think he'll be touching Smash for at least maybe 3 to 4 years,
Yeah, I
if
agree.
even that long.
Yeah, definitely. But the inclusion of this character is definitely groundbreaking because, I mean, they even made a point to it saying Sora is finally here.
Yeah, I mean, people have wanted Sora and Smash since the first Kingdom Hearts game and the first months up in Melee, pretty much. I mean, I remember even back in Brawl, people were thinking about Sora coming to Smash, and then most definitely in Smash 4 after they announced DLC, and then all throughout Ultimate, and now finally at the very end he's in, and honestly, he's a lot more grounded, grounded not in the literal sense, but like a lot more of a grounded character than I guess I expected him to be, since he's such a fantastical character from like what is basically Disney meets Final Fantasy. I kind of expected this just like over the top, just completely just balls to the wall type character, but in reality, he's actually fairly simple.
So you're talking in aspects like Kazuya and Steve are pretty like original like characters. They got their own unique mechanics and they're pretty weird when it comes to like the traditions of controlling characters in Smash. But I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Def
Just from looking at the Kingdom Hearts game, because I've never played them, but I've seen the trailers and I've seen, like, specifically the boss fights. I've watched my friends do various different Kingdom Hearts boss fights. I thought, oh my god, if this character ever came to Smash, it would be. This character would just need so much, but really, it seems like they nailed him down in a pretty simplistic way, and many Kingdom Hearts fans seem to be, at least from what I've seen, pretty satisfied with how his move set and his entire kit has come out, and they feel it's pretty faithful to what he's like. I mean, from the three-hit combo to the magic to the what's it called? The down B, his counter.
right,
Yeah, and especially the costumes. The costumes and Hollow Bastion, the stage, everyone seems to find like the most faithful.
right. Now, how many times have you rewatched that trailer? Because I've rewatched it like 5 times.
I think I've watched it like 3 times, and it was just
The build up to that was really long. Like they really took you for a ride throughout that whole trailer,
yeah.
especially with the callback to the first reveal of Inkling back in when was that? 2018?
I think it was 2017.
Definitely a while.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It was the main thing I liked about the trailer, specifically the one that they showed at the end, which was the full, was the mini Sora versus Sephiroth fight. Because I know for a Kingdom Hearts fan, that fight is one, I think it's a hidden boss fight, and two, it is probably one of the hardest boss fights in that franchise. And I mean, one would expect it. It's Sephiroth. Like, he's the pinnacle of video game antagonism, like, alongside, like, Bowser, Dr. Eggman, and, like, Ganondorf,
Right.
and Dr. Wily.
So of both fighters passes, do you think that this was the right one to end on?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think this was the best one to end on because, I mean, it's pure wish fulfillment. Like, the very end was like, this is what we think everyone would love. It's probably the best way to go out, leaving just everyone slack-jawed, and I think they nailed it. What do you
Right.
think?
Like the only characters that come even close to that level of hype that we got as a response was would be either Steve or Sephiroth. Sephiroth probably coming closest of all of them. I think that this was the right one to end on because we got many first party reps. You got Byleth, you got Min Min, you got some out there choices like Terry, Kazuya, and Steve. But yeah, I think this was the right one to end on for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, but of the 12 DLC characters, from Piranha Plant to Sora, which one was your favorite, and which one was your least favorite?
See here, out of all of them, well, my favorite out of all of them, honestly, I'm going to say Steve.
Steve?
That's the one I have personally been wishing for this whole time. And when I saw that the first 10 seconds of that trailer, I was like, yeah. Or not the trailer, but right when Mario gets blown away in the trailer,
Yeah,
you could tell immediately.
yeah, when Sonic literally punched into Minecraft.
But my least favorite, oh, that's kind of tough. I mean, the easy answer would be Piranha Plant, but he's still fun to use. If I had to choose a least favorite out of all of them, honestly, I might go Banjo.
Banjo?
He's the less unique and overpowered of the cast.
Yeah,
I would say he's the least fun to use out of all of them.
interesting. For me, my favorite out of all of them to play, I think is, well, obviously barring Sora because he's not out yet, but for me personally, my favorite one revealed was probably. Let me think about that. The best reveal was definitely Sephiroth, in my opinion.
For sure.
Was definitely Sephiroth. The worst reveal, I think, in my opinion, was I think it was Terry, just because some intern screwed up and accidentally leaked some Fatal Fury song on YouTube and completely ruined the surprise. But I think in terms of reveal, Terry just had it worse just because he was leaked probably like a day or two before. But in terms of characters that I had fun and the least fun playing, the least fun for me was probably Hero.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I liked Hero when he first came out, but then compared to like Piranha Plant, Joker, Banjo, Terry, and Byleth, I found I found Hero just to be the weakest one in terms of fun for me to play as, and this was especially accentuated throughout DLC throughout Season Pass 2, where I felt that Min Min, Steve, Pyra, Mithra, Sephiroth, Kazuya, I felt they were all on some level very fun to play. And moving on from that, I would say the most fun for me is definitely Kazuya. Just the way he just plays, I just find extremely gratifying. Just the heavy hits, the sort of stiff movement, but still just kind of moves just very fluidly. I just like. The only problem I have with him is sometimes he's just facing the wrong direction when I want him to turn around. And I think that's just a problem with all the fighting game characters with an auto turnaround. But outside of that, I just find him very fun to play. And let's be honest here. If you spike with his down smash, it's the most rewarding thing ever just for how brutal it is. Especially because his attacks don't have hit stun. Like your character doesn't go into hit stun like because it's based off of Tekken. So when your character gets hit by that down smash, you just die off stage. Like your character disappears.
Yeah, you make me well aware of that for sure.
Yeah, I do. It was overall. I do think Kazuya is the most fun, but Sora does look like he could be very fun because jumping through the air like that and comboing, especially with his
I mean, he's pretty much a reverse Little Mac, but he'll probably be good.
yeah. If Sora somehow is bottom tier, I would be very surprised. Just
Honestly.
because that would mean he'd be worse than characters like Dr. Mario and Ganondorf, which I could not ever see happening. I mean, yes, Ganondorf in the 1v1 probably kills him at like 20%, but still,
Right.
I definitely think Sora's going to be a good character. Just for the fact that his costumes are amazing. I think my favorite costume is the Kingdom Hearts 3 and then the Timeless River one.
Yeah. Which really hoped that they gave that treatment for costumes for this entire game, but we'll see. Maybe
Yeah,
next game.
yeah, that's the biggest thing. I felt that like the main cast of Smash really did get screwed on some of the costumes. Like, why isn't there a dry Bowser? Like Bowser, for example, could have so many good costumes. Like he has dry Bowser,
Or even ones that have come out in the past half decade.
true.
Like you got Meowser, you got Wedding Bowser.
You have Rookie from Superstar Saga, Dry Bowser. You have Dark Bowser from Bowser's Inside Story. Like you have enough unique. Or say someone like, let me think, another person that's not a Mario character but has good costumes. I would say Ryu could definitely have worked. Like you could have given him Evil Ryu, you could have given him Dan, you could have given him Akuma, you could have given him Fang, which is basically like Evil Ryu 2 Electric Boogaloo, where he's basically just become an over-designed demon, but still, it could have worked, especially because Fang came out in between Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate. Like, you definitely could have put him in as an alt costume. At least Evil Ryu and Violent can. They're literally just gray recolors. They could
Right.
have easily put them in.
Right.
But
So, as far as fulfilling Sora's slot, do you think any other character would have been just as hype to fill that last slot? I,
um well, considering Dante was assuming Dante wasn't deconfirmed as a Mii fighter or Doom guy, I feel like the only three that could have worked were Dante, Doom guy, or Master Chief.
yeah. A
I
lot,
mean,
lot of people wanted Master Chief for sure.
yeah, I mean, I love Crash and I love Spyro, and they're definitely gaming icons, but I feel like the idea of, I mean, I feel like Dante would be on the level of Crash and Spyro, so maybe take him out, but like Doom Guy and Master Chief, I mean, Doom Guy, the father of the first person shooter genre. Like, he is the father, he defined the genre for generations on end, and his games, plural, are always amazing. And then Master Chief, who is the mascot of FPS alongside Call of Duty. But Call of Duty doesn't have like a single character
Not
that one
not even
points
just
to.
FPSs, just Xbox in general. Like,
Yeah, he's
does Microsoft have any other reps besides like Steve that represent their company?
I would say it's Master Chief. It's Master Chief. Halo is an amazing franchise. I mean, I love Halo 3. I played it a lot as a kid. It was such a fun game. Even Halo ODST was fun for me. I really liked it. And Master Chief just, I feel like everyone loves Master Chief. Like, I don't think you'll find a single gamer that thinks Master Chief is bad because he's just a badass. And I feel like if he showed up in Smash, he would be a heavier Snake that is as aggressive as like I don't know who's a very aggressive character like Pikachu or something. Maybe not as mobile as Pikachu, but like he would be so aggressive, so heavy, and I think people would just love it because it's Master Chief. You can't go wrong.
I think that was a very successful first segment. What was that? 17 minutes?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
we're making good time, but overall, overall I feel that Sora was a good reveal. I feel that the entire production for that entire direct was perfect. Sakurai clearly had fun with it to the point where he's like, who am I even talking to when I say these things? Am I talking to you? Am I talking to myself? Why do I even say the things that I do? I feel like he was having a lot of fun, and overall, I thought it was a good direct. Oh yeah, one last thing. What did you think of the amiibos that they showed off?
I'm buying all of them. I haven't bought any of them since Ultimate came out. I'm buying them.
You're gonna buy all the DLC ones?
They look so nice. Like
They do.
the past five that have come out, and only just those ones.
Yeah.
Because the last one I bought might have been at the tail end of Smash 4.
Really? Which one was that?
That had to be King Dedede, I believe.
King DDD? Oh wow.
I just bought that one because I thought it was shiny.
I mean, fair. I definitely want to see
Oh, I
what a
just
Sora amiibo looks like, but we're probably several months out considering what
I mean, Sakurai didn't even get the physical versions of Steve.
exactly. So yeah, didn't Steve come out like a year ago at this point?
He was revealed a year ago.
Yeah, so yeah, that amiibo is definitely not coming out for a while, but
And
yeah.
the newest ones are definitely the most detailed, including Steve.
Yeah, which makes sense because I mean they're new. They better be detailed. I mean, you how long have the amiibos been out? Like what, 7 years? Like they better be detailed in the year 2021.
Now, the last thing I want to touch on is the fan reactions to the ending of the Fighters Pass.
So after the after the direct, I looked at r slash Smash Brothers, and to my surprise, it was a salt mine,
Really,
which I thought was kind of surprising considering, like, I mean, Sora is that guy.
it
Like,
was the one everyone was asking for. Like the only other character everyone was asking for was Banjo and Steve.
yeah, like Sora has been wanted in Smash since at least Brawl, and I would think that like people in our Smash Brothers would have been like cheering and clapping and having a good time about it because I mean on Twitter everyone was losing their mind with hype. But people were salty. They were like, I don't really care for this character, or they were outright saying like, oh wow,